Hello, I'm Sonya Wilson, and I'm the local reading specialist at Dannelly Elementary School, and today we're going to do a lesson on manuscript handwriting. First of all, there are some things that you guys are going to need to know, and that is each and every letter that we use in our alphabet is either going to have a straight line, either this way or this way. It's going to have a diagonal line, either this way or this way. You're going to have curved lines. They're either going to look like this, 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 or this. And you're going to have diagonal lines that connect this way. So when I teach you the letters, I'm going to teach you in a progression that's going to deal with the most frequently used strokes in the handwriting, which will be, we're going to start off with the straight lines. Okay. Now, when we're writing, there are some things that we want to do to make sure we're doing it properly, and that is have our checklist. On your checklist, there are a couple of things you're going to have to ask yourself, and number one is check your grip. Check your grip simply means, how am I holding my pencil? The proper way to pick up a pencil or a pen or any type of writing utensil, and I'm going to use my hand, but normally your pencil is on a table. So your pencil is sitting here. You'll take your hands and these two fingers, you're going to go 3/4 or a little bit over half of the way down, and you're going to let your pencil fall back. When your pencil falls back, your two fingers are going to guide it, and it's going to rest on your middle finger. I'm going to model that for you one more time. Two fingers, take it, let it fall back, and then you're ready to write. Also, when you're writing, you're going to have to remember to write on the lines. You don't want to be in between the lines. You want to write on the lines. Remember, boys and girls, that tall letters are tall, small letters are small. An example of a small letter would be this. An example of a tall letter would be this or this. Remember to use correct spacing. Finger spacing is the safest way. You can use one finger spacing. Up here, I've done two finger spacing. So remember to have proper spacing between your letters and your words. Also, you want to make sure that if you're writing a sentence, you're going to start with a capital letter and end with punctuation. And finally, last but not least, we're going to proofread our work. So all throughout this lesson, we're going to be proofreading our work to make sure that we're on track to do it correctly. All right, so remember I told you each and every letter that we have in the alphabet has certain types of strokes. We're dealing with the letters that have the straight lines. It's best if you practice on your lowercase letters first, because when you're writing, you're going to spend most of your time forming lowercase letters. So we're going to start off here with the small letter I. As you are forming your letters, I want you to say the directions out loud to yourself to make sure that you're forming them correctly. So I have a point of reference on each sheet. The first line is my hat line. The second line is my belt line. The final line is my shoe line. So let's go through it one more time. Hat line, belt line, and shoe line. Now, we're going to start for lowercase I. We're going to start at the belt line, and you're going to come down from the belt line all the way down to the shoe line, just like that. Then you're going to take your pencil and you're going to make a dot. No circles, no hearts, just a dot. So remember I told you earlier to check, proofread your work. So I'm going to look over here at my samples to make sure that I have what? I formed it correctly. I have proper spacing. One other thing you may want to do anytime you make an error, like I did on this first one, you may want to just draw a line through it to remind yourself that this is not the look that you want. And you'll look at your practice letters and circle the one that you think is the best. So I'm going to circle this one. Okay, great. So let's go on. Now we have the lowercase l, or the letter L. The way you form this letter is you're going to start at the hat line and go all the way down to the shoe line. Just one straight line. And I'll do that one more time. From the hat line all the way down to the shoe line. Again, proper spacing. It's a tall letter. It is tall. Next, we're going to look at lowercase t. We're going to start here with the letter T. From the hat line all the way down to the shoe line. Then I'm going to take one of my lines and go straight across the belt line. That's how you form the lowercase letter T. One more time, from the headline down to the shoe line. Then I'm going to cross it at the belt line, and I'm going to check my spacing. Now I'm going to look and see which letter I think is the best. Okay, so now we've done the lowercase letters with the straight lines. Now we're going to look at the capital letters that have straight lines. We're starting with capital E. All right, so you're going to start here at the hat line, go down to the shoe line. Then I'm going to cross at the hat line. I'm going to cross at the belt line, and I'm going to cross at the shoe line. That is capital letter E. Hat line, belt line, shoe line. Cross at the hat line, the belt line, and the shoe line. All right, capital letter F is the same way, except you use less strokes. So we're going to start from the hat line down to the shoe line, cross at the hat line, cross at the belt line, and that is capital letter F. Well, I made an error here, so I'm going to correct my error. I'm going to leave it so that I can see it and not make that mistake again. Check my spacing, hat line, belt line, shoe line, cross at the hat line and the belt line. Now we're going to go down to the letter H, capital letter H. From the hat line to the shoe line, then I'm going to go across from the hat line to the shoe line, and then I'm going to connect it right here at the belt line. Let's do it once more. From the hat line to the shoe line, from the hat line to the shoe line, and then we're going to connect it at the belt line. Okay, and my spacing is okay. My tall letters are tall and my small letters are small. Capital letter I, oh my goodness, I need to circle the one I think is the best. And I'm going to do that here. Capital letter I has 3 strokes. We're going to go from the hat line to the shoe line. We're going to cross it at the hat line, and we're going to cross it at the shoe line. Let's do that once more. From the hat line to the shoe line, we're going to cross it at the hat line. We're going to cross it at the shoe line. And I can check my spacing, and I can look at my letters, and this one is the one that I think is the best. Capital letter L has 2 strokes. We're going to go from the hat line to the shoe line, then we're going to cross at the shoe line. Once more, from the hat line to the shoe line, then we're going to cross at the shoe line, and then we'll circle the one that we think is the best. Capital letter T. You're going to start here at the hat line to the shoe line, cross at the hat line. Once more, from the hat line to the shoe line, and we're going to cross at the hat line. Now I can check my spacing here. My spacing is fine. I don't really like how this one looks because I made an error, and if I wanted to do it again, I could go here and correct my letter. My best capital letter T is going to be this one. So those are the letters with the straight lines. Now we're going to move on to the letters. Let go. With the curved lines. All right. Remember, we learned the lowercase letters first. So we're going to start with the letter A, lowercase a. You're going to start here at the belt line, and you're going to make a circle. And you connect it back at the belt line, and then you're going to go to the belt line down to the shoe line. That's how you form the lowercase letter A. Remember your spacing, and remember to circle the one that you think is the best. Lowercase letter B, you're going to start at the hat line, go all the way down to the shoe line. Now we're going to have another curved line. It's going to curve from the belt line all the way around the shoe line. That is lowercase letter B. Remember to keep up with your spacing, and you'll circle the one that you think is the best. Lowercase letter C is also a curved line. You're going to go just below the belt line, and you're going to curve it all the way on the shoe line and stop. I'll do that one once more. You're going to start here on the belt line, just below the belt line, curve it around above the shoe line and stop. Remember to check your spacing and circle the one that you think is the best, lowercase letter C. Lowercase letter D, you're going to start here at the hat line, go all the way down to the shoe line. Then you're going to come around and curve your letter in the opposite direction. Lowercase letter D. I'll do that once more. From the hat line down to the shoe line, curve in the opposite direction, and that is your lowercase letter D. Now we're going to make lowercase letter E. You're going to start here. Remember, we're going to say in our directions aloud so that we can make sure we're doing this correctly. You're going to curve at the belt line. Come up and stop and cross right there. Let's do it once more. You're going to come just below the belt line, curve it, and cross it. Look and circle your best lowercase letter E. Lowercase letter F, you're going to start just below the hat line, curve it, and then go straight down to the shoe line. Then you want to cross it at the belt line. Uh-oh, I was a little crooked on that one. I don't like that one, so I'm going to say that that's an error. We're going to do it again, just below the hat line, straight down to the shoe line, and then you're going to cross it. Remember to keep your spacing and circle the one that you think is the best letter. Lowercase letter G, we're going to start here with the correct spacing. Draw a circle from the hat line, from the belt line, and then you're going to connect it. Then you'll go back to the belt line, take your line, drop it below the line, and curve up. I'll do it once more with the correct spacing. Draw a circle at the belt line, close it up, go back to the belt line, straight line, curve it, and go up. Lowercase letter H is also a tall letter. So we're going to start from the hat line down to the shoe line. Then we're going to go back to the belt line and curve. I'll do that once more. From the hat line to the shoe line, I'm going to go back to the belt line and curve. Lowercase letter J starts at the belt line. We're going to start here at the belt line. We're going to drop just below the line, curve up, and then we're going to put a dot. Just below the belt line, curve up, and we'll put a dot. And we'll circle the one that we think is the best. Lowercase letter M. This is the one where you have the curvy lines that go in humps. So we're going to start here at the belt line. We're going to go down, bring your pencil back up and curve, back up and curve. You're going to curve it 2 times. That's your lowercase letter M. Lowercase letter N. Same thing, one curve. You're going to start at the belt line, come back up and curve it at the belt line, then down to the shoe line. Let's do that again. From the belt line to the shoe line, come back around, curve it at the belt line, down to the shoe line. Then we have lowercase letter O. Remember your spacing. We're going to start at the belt line, and we're going to curve all the way around, and we're going to close that O at the belt line. Lowercase letter P, we'll start here. We're going to start at the belt line. Draw a circle, close it at the belt line, come back to the belt line, connect it to the circle, and drop it below the line. The letter Q is formed the same way, except the line goes on a different side. So we're going to start here at the belt line. We're going to make a circle, close it at the belt line, come back to the belt line, drop it below the shoe line. Now we have the letter R. R is going to start at the belt line, down to the shoe line. You're going to bring your pencil back up and curve just below the belt line and stop. We have lowercase s. S is going to start just below the belt line. You're going to come around and you're going to twist it and come back up and stop. Once more, just below the belt line, you're going to do a curve and then curve it back up from the shoe line. Small letter U, you're going to start at the belt line, come down to the shoe line, and curve it back up to the belt line. Now, the letters with the curved lines that are capital letters. We're going to start with the letter B. All right, the letter B begins, capital letter B begins from the hat line to the shoe line. Then you're going to go back to the hat line, curve it to the belt line, come back out and curve it once more to the shoe line. All right, remember your spacing. Remember, always refer back to your checklist. Capital letter C, we're going to go just below the hat line. We're going to curve it down to the shoe line, come back up and stop. Be careful of your spacing. Capital letter D, we're going to start here at the hat line, go down to the shoe line, then we're going to come back and we're going to do a large curve from the head line down to the belt line. That is capital letter D. Capital letter G is going to start right here. You're going to curve it just below the hat line, come down to the shoe line, back up to the belt line, take it in like it's a little boat, and stop. That's capital letter G. Just circle the ones that I think are formed correctly. Capital letter J is like forming a little hook. You're going to have a straight line that goes all the way down to the shoe line, and you're going to begin to curve up at the shoe line and stop. That's capital letter J. Capital letter O. You're going to start here at the hat line, and you're going to curve it all the way down to the shoe line, bring it back up to the hat line, and stop. Capital letter P, you're going to start here at the hat line, go down to the shoe line, then you're going to come back and you're going to curve at the belt line. That's capital letter P. Capital letter Q, you're going to start here at the hat line, you're going to circle, I had to lift my pencil, I'm sorry. I'm going to circle all the way around, back up to the hat line, and then you're going to take your pencil and draw a little line. It's going to be a diagonal line that touches the shoe line. My pencil. Capital letter R. You're going to start, R has several strokes. So we're going to start here at the hat line. We're going to go down to the shoe line. Then we're going to come around and curve to the belt line. Once you get to the belt line, then you're going to put a diagonal line down to the shoe line. That's how you make the capital letter R. Capital letter S. You're going to start just below the hat line, come down to the belt line, curve as you go to the belt line, come back up once you hit the shoe line. That's capital letter S. Capital letter U. You're going to start at the hat line. You're going to come around, curve at the shoe line, go all the way back up to the hat line. So these, ladies and gentlemen, are your curved letters. We started from the lowercase to the uppercase. Now we're looking at our last group of letters, and these are your diagonal letters. All right, so we're going to start off with lowercase K. You're going to start here at the hat line, go down to the shoe line. Then you're going to come back to the belt line. You're going to make a diagonal line going forward. Then you're going to do a diagonal line coming backwards to the shoe line. That is your lowercase k. Lowercase v, you have two diagonal lines. One is going to be a backslash diagonal line, and one is going to be a forward diagonal line. And you're going to connect them at the shoe line. Let's do that one once more. You're going to lean back, and then you're going to come forward and connect them at the shoe line. So that's from the belt line to the shoe line, back up to the belt line. Now we have lowercase w. You're going to do a diagonal line that's going backwards on the belt line to the shoe line, back up to the belt line, back down to the shoe line, back up to the belt line. That's your lowercase w. X, you're going to do a forward slash diagonal line from the belt line to the shoe line. Then you're going to go back to the belt line with a backwards slash, diagonal slash, to form the lowercase x. Now, we're looking at lowercase y. You're going to start here at the belt line with a diagonal backslash line. Then you're going to come back to the belt line. That's going to go from the belt line to the shoe line. Then you're going to come back to the belt line all the way down past the shoe line and drop it just below the line. That's going to be your lowercase y. Now we're looking at the letter Z. Z has 3 strokes. We're going to start on the belt line. We're going to go across. Then we're going to do a diagonal line that goes down to the shoe line. Then we're going to do a diagonal line that goes across the shoe line. That's lowercase z. And remember your spacing. Remember to check your work. Remember to check how you're holding your pencil. Now we're looking at the capital letters that have diagonal lines. So we're starting off with the letter A. To form the letter A, you're going to create a diagonal line starting at the hat line down to the shoe line. Then you're going to do a diagonal line in the opposite direction, which is from the hat line to the shoe line. Then you're going to cross it at the belt line. That is capital letter A. Capital letter K, you're going to start at the hat line and go down to the shoe line. Then you're going to go back to the hat line with a diagonal line to the belt line. Then you're going to go back to that belt line, another diagonal line to the shoe line. That is capital letter K. Capital letter M, you're going to go from the hat line to the shoe line. Then you're going to have a diagonal line from the hat line to the shoe line, another diagonal line from the hat line to the shoe line. Then you're going to go back up with a straight line from the hat line to the shoe line. That is capital letter M. And remember to keep your spacing. Capital letter N, we're going to go from the hat line to the shoe line. Then we're going to go from the hat line with a diagonal line from the hat line to the shoe line. Then we're going to do a straight line from the hat line to the shoe line. Capital letter N. Capital letter R. We start from the hat line down to the shoe line. Then we're going to curve from the hat line to the belt line. Then you're going to put a diagonal line from the belt line to the shoe line. Remember to check whether or not your tall letters are tall and your small letters are small. Then we have capital letter V. You're going to have one diagonal line from the hat line to the shoe line. Then you're going to have another diagonal line from the hat line to the shoe line. That's going to be capital letter V. Capital letter W. This is going to be a tight fit. You're going to go from the hat line to the shoe line with a diagonal line. Then you're going to go from the shoe line back up to the hat line, from the hat line back down to the shoe line, from the shoe line back up to the hat line. And I'm going to point this out that my spacing between my letters wasn't there. And I'm going to circle what I think is my best letter. Capital letter X. I'm going to start from the hat line to the shoe line with one diagonal letter, then I line, and then I do a diagonal line from the hat line to the shoe line in the opposite direction. That's capital letter X. Capital letter Y. I'm going to start with a diagonal line and stop it at the belt line. Then I'll do another diagonal line and take it all the way down to the shoe line, and that's going to be capital letter Y. Finally, my last letter in the diagonal lines series is going to be the letter Z. I'm going to start here on the hat line and draw a line across. Then I'm going to do a diagonal line down from the hat line to the shoe line, and then I'm going to do another straight line across. And that's how you form the letter Z. Okay, now remember early on I told you have to proof your work, but also with sentences you're going to have a capital letter and an end mark. So I'm going to rewrite this sentence for you and see if we remember everything that we learned. From the hat line to the shoe line, across the hat line, from the hat line to the shoe line, curve at the belt line down to the shoe line, just below the belt line, and cross, hat line, shoe line, and curve, curve from the belt line to the shoe line, back to the belt line, curve. Then I'm going to connect it and go just below the line, the shoe line. I have my spacing. Next word, can. I'm going to curve just below the belt line, above the shoe line, belt line, shoe line. Then I'm going to add this line from the belt line to the shoe line, letter N from the shoe line, belt line to the shoe line. Then I'm going to curve it around to the shoe line. Last word is run, lowercase r, from the belt line to the shoe line and curve back to the belt line. From the belt line to the shoe line to the belt line, and from the belt line to the shoe line, curve it around the belt line down to the shoe line, and I'm going to put my end mark. So let's do our proofreading. Capital letter, I'm going to underline it. Proper spacing, yes. End mark, yes. Let's read the sentence. The dog can run. So remember, boys and girls, when you are working on your manuscript handwriting, start off by checking your grip. What's check your grip? Remember how you pick your pencil up. Your two fingers, pick it up, let it fall back, and it will rest in your hand. Then you make sure you're writing on the lines, like we've done here, right on the lines. Tall letters are tall, small letters are small. Make sure you have correct spacing. I have my finger spacing between my words. My sentence has begun with a capital letter and it ends with a punctuation mark. And I did take time to proofread my work throughout this lesson. So there you go. Thank you.